Let's do it. Let's go full Weeb.
Full Weeb.
So this past weekend was not only Guardian Con and 4th of July and all of that, it was Anime Expo. So with Anime Expo, you will tend to get some releases game-wise if it's relating to anime. So the first thing that came out that if I couldn't get any more excited about this game, Code Vein released an opening animation. So it's completely like hand animated, like
cool.
anime animated. And it's by UFO Table, which is the anime studio that did all of the Fate series. They did God Eater, and the most recent thing that's airing that if you've seen anything about it, Demon Slayer the animation is absolutely phenomenal. So as soon as I saw that was a thing, I was so excited. I was in Discord with a bunch of friends playing games, and I was just like, guys, but you don't understand. It's by UFO Table. And it's about 4 minutes. The music is so good, and the animation is so good, and it's just... They also released what the collector's edition looks like.
Oh, nice. That looks so good. So good.
What's in the collector's edition?
There's a statue of one of the main characters, and she has like the like pincers coming out, because there's an attack where you can parry, or when you basically drain energy from your opponent, you have like these pincers come out. So she has this wonderful, amazing looking statue with that kind of pose going on, and I think I need it.
That's cool.
They've been dropping
too many of. Do you guys buy a lot of collector's editions?
I used to buy like a load of them religiously. Then I had to start coming back because I was like, I'm just running out of space. So typically for me now, I'll reserve it for like my absolute favorite series. So for example, Zelda Link's Awakening. I mean, that one's not a massive one, but I snagged that one anyway. Astral Chain, I'm super excited for, and that even though it's never existed, it kind of falls within the like, I'm too hyped for this, so I kind of need it. But then they started doing. There's been like so many good ones recently, because there's those like what's it called? Ex Machina coming on the Switch, and it's like a mech game. And it's got a mech statue in it. And I was like, I mean, I'm going to get the game. Do I need the collector? So I'm hovering like, should I do it? So I do get kind of like sucked in some of the time, but I'm just like, half the time I get it. And I think to myself, I really shouldn't buy this, because then I get it out, I take the photo of it, and then I'm like, well, eventually when I get like a big enough space to display it, I'll put it on display. So it goes back in the box. And then I've just got boxes of like, eventually these will go on a shelf.
I've started using a program of, if I can't fit it in this area, I don't think I can buy it. That's what I did when I went to Japan as well, because I was like, I really like that.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think I can put it. And there's nowhere else I can put it. If I put it in the bedroom, I'm only going to see it right before I go to bed. That's not enough for me. I need to see it all day.
I remember my first ever Japan trip. It was literally like, you walk into anywhere in Akiba, and I was like, yep, I need that. I've seen that series really once. I'll grab that. I was like, oh.
There was one floor that was like the character floor.
Oh, yes.
Every single thing that they had on that floor I had seen, and I really liked that anime. So I was just walking around like, Tomo, you got to get me out of here. We got to go. This is bad. We got to leave.
Dangerous place.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to the dedicated like Gundam area as well, because like, I haven't watched like a ton of Gundam series, but I love, I like mechs anyway. Like when you walk into the area and you're like, that's just a cool looking robot. And then you start in your head, you're like, well, my suitcase is about this big. That box is like, Then you get home, you're like, I've completely misunderstood how small. Crap.
I've bought a lot of them over the years. I've kind of slowed down on buying them for the same reason. There's just not room to put them. And but there's a few that I really still enjoy. I bought was it Halo 3 that came with the cat helmet? Like it's like a pretty large, Spartan helmet. It's not big enough to fit on your head. That's why they call it the cat helmet, because it's about the size to fit on a cat.
Amazing.
But that one's pretty good. I don't have that displayed anywhere right now. It's in a box somewhere. The BioShock 1 collector's edition came with a Big Daddy, like a little statuette of Big Daddy.
Nice.
I think that's in the same box with the Halo helmet. And I still have the Ghost from Destiny.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I wish I had that.
We actually have a display case for Destiny stuff. We have the vertical display right next to our TV in the living room that's got like the actual, like this big of the statues from Titan, Hunter, Warlock. And then we have the mini mini statues as well. So yeah, we actually have a display case for Destiny stuff, but now it's full, so they can't bring out anything else.
So I'm kind of the opposite for you guys. I've like only essentially, I think I've bought 2 collector's editions, and one of them was Destiny 2.
Okay.
And I usually
Destiny 2.
Yeah, I bought the Destiny 2 collector's edition. I wanted that Ghost from Destiny 1, but I wasn't sure how into the game I was going to be.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
You wanted that bag.
Well, I was like, I'm not going to miss out on another collector's edition. So I was like, I'm going to buy it. And the Destiny 2 collector's edition turned out to be meh.
Pretty meh.
Yeah. But I was like, okay, this time I'm going to get it. I just haven't really bought collector's editions because I'm almost always buying them digitally, and then it's just more stuff that I have to deal with. You know,
saw the statue from Code Vein, you'd buy it.
Yeah,
it's really.
I think statues are what
the Bloodborne statue looks amazing. I kind of wish I had that, but
I know.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
Yeah, I think statues are like the normal, the kind of the thing that pushes me over the edge. Like if it's like just an art book, like I love art, but invariably I'll be like, I'm just going to look through the pages and then it's going to go on the shelf. So if it's just like an art book and like some stickers, I'll be like, I don't need that. But if there's something like really different and stuff,
tangible objects.
If there's a statue, I'm like,
I'm not allowed to put the stuff in any other room besides where I'm at right now.
Oh no!
So there's very limited space in here. In fact, we've got the artist who makes all the DCP artwork puts posters together for Guardian Con. And I got both of those framed. She made 2 posters, and I got both of them framed. And it was a battle. I wanted to put that in the living room because I was super proud of that poster. Like, it's a really cool poster, and it's framed. It looks really nice. But like, I won that battle, but I lost some skin. Like, I lost some skin getting that thing hung in the living room.
Oh, that's funny.
Amazing.
Besides the Code Vein animated opening,
Code Vein.
There was. Well, you just, unless we're gonna play the thing, that's all I can really say about it. It's amazing, and you should watch it because the animation is cool and the music is really, really, really good.
Nice.
You should check it out. But there was also, we got to find out about a Kill la Kill game.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, Eric, I know you have some experience with this.
Yeah. So there is a very weird way to play the game right now, right? And this is the one gripe. So there's a demo right now. Now, invariably, the purpose of the demo is to like try the game before you buy it. But in order to get said demo, you must purchase the game, and then you get a free demo. But this only also applies if you buy it from the US PlayStation Store. So I woke up in the morning, I was like, I'm super excited. You know, being me, I decided not to read anything. I was like, I'm just gonna go and buy it. Pre-ordered at the European store. Was like, where's my demo? Check my library. I was like, logged into my American account. Then it says, comes with a demo. I'm like, I've been bamboozled here.
Bamboozled.
I had to buy the game the second time, and I'm going to buy it a third time because I want it on Switch in the first place. So I literally bought it. So I was like, what are you doing? But you do get the demo, and despite the fact that it's a weird way to acquire it, you can play the game, and it has 3 modes you can mess around in there. So just kind of broadly speaking, Kill la Kill being like a trigger anime, really, really cool. If ever you've like, people in chat might have like heard of trigger animes being like Gurren Lagann, Kill la Kill. Recently they've released Promare, the kind of other mech one. They've done other stuff as well. But basically, like, they're a really good studio, and they have a fighting game coming out. Now, it's not kind of where I would place this. I refer to this probably more so like a brawler. It's more like one of the typical anime fighters. So it's not super Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, BlazBlue in depth, where you're going to be doing hefty, crazy combos. It's more like Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm, Dragon Ball Z Budokai. So it's more kind of lighthearted fun. You just jump in, mess around. It's not too combo heavy. You can generally speaking do everything you want. So it's more for like people that are anime fans first, fighting games second, fighting fans second. But there's a story mode that you can mess around with in the demo where I think my understanding is it has an original story. So it's kind of, I don't know where exactly it takes place because obviously it only started with like the intro stuff, but apparently it's got like original aspects to it. So if you like the anime, there might be that for it. I will say that the demo has like a 20-minute anime cutscene before you can even play the game during the story. I was sat there like, oh yeah, let me just quickly record this video before I go out. I was like,
that's some Kingdom Hearts stuff right there.
Yeah.
God damn.
I mean, giving me an anime episode that I can't skip. So I went through that, but then they got a versus mode, so you can mess around with the 4 characters, and they've also got this covers mode, so you can fight like 100 of these enemies in like the quickest time possible. But it's, I mean, for people that enjoy fighting games slightly more casually, just like kind of over the top stuff, there's a lot of really cool moves. Obviously, you've got your favorite characters, and you have typical flows, like light and heavy attacks. You've got like some dash attacks, and then once you build your meter, you've got the over the top anime specials that feature some of the scenes from the from like the recognizable moves from the anime. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. It's definitely one of those games that I'm gonna play for sure, but it's not. I've got a lot of like friends that are into fighting games, but it's not the sort of game that I would see us playing for like months and months on end. It's typically one of those ones that I'll pick it up. We'll probably play it for a couple of weeks just because it's fun to mess around with, and then it will probably go back on the shelf.
Cool.
So that might kind of better inform people if they're like, oh, should I get this? It's like I don't really necessarily think it will have a huge amount of legs, but it's still fun. So
if you're a fan of the series, you will enjoy the game because you get to play with the characters and use the moves that you've seen in the show. So that's always the same thing.
Exactly right. Same kind of like prospect I said when I spoke about like the My Hero game. I was like, it's not an amazing fighting game, but as a My Hero fan, I'm going to buy it regardless. So that's generally speaking where I fall on these anime. I mean, sometimes some of them are great. Some of the Naruto like Ninja Storm games have been amazing anyway. Plus, they've obviously got that over the top aspect. But generally speaking, that's where it falls. I will say though, this one for anyone that kind of watching gameplay definitely feels a lot better than something like the My Hero game. The My Hero game was quite floaty. This one's got some weight to it. So I hate it when you're like too floaty in fighting games. It kind of just ends up like throwing you off a little bit. So there's some decent weight to it. And while there's not a great deal of complexity, there's at least like I'd say it's definitely on the better side of the anime fighters than the like.
Nice. That's cool.
So yeah.
So you say it's probably going to be like a weekend type of game if you're a fan of the series?
Yeah. I reckon so.
It is, guys. Early.
18
minutes into the stream.
Wow, it's usually at the end.
Yeah, you never know. When you're playing Eric's Bingo, you never know.
We need to create some. Can we get Ash to create some bingo cards that people can just like download, print off, and just?
Oh, we should totally do that. That's hilarious.
Play Eric's Bingo.
SideQuest Bingo.
It's a game within a game within a show.
Yeah, that sounds great. Well, we were mostly done with the Kill talk.
Eric's might be permanently frozen, guys.
This is a long one.
Can we get a spirit bomb to help raise?
You've just gotten too deep into Iceborne. Look what happened.
Yep. Froze up.
They have been posting a lot of videos about all the armor. They got the Game Informer. Game Informer has Monster Hunter World as their big like month of coverage.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which is what they've done for Destiny in the past.
Yep.
So it's like every day something's coming out. Look at this area. Look at this armor. Look at this monster. Look at this thing, and it's pretty great. The armor looks.
That's great. Yeah, I've seen some of the stuff on Twitter. It's got me excited. I'm excited to jump back into that and kill some monsters.
As soon as the first time you jump in, Tufty, you're just gonna be like, "Yep, I'm excited.
Yeah.
This is great." I know when you leave games, it's kind of hard to get the excitement to go back in, but once you're in there, it's just like, okay, yep, back in the swing.
Yeah,
I think Monster Hunter does a really good job of making you excited.
I'm trying to decide which weapon I'm going to use to jump back in. Like, am I going to do Greatsword? Am I going to welcome back, Eric?
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Sorry, I apologize. That was not the usual like weird disconnect. That was a full-on my internet went down. I apologize for that.
Oh, all good.
Oh,
no worries, man.
Yeah, no worries.
We're talking about Game Informer having featured stuff for Iceborne all month.
Oh
Yeah. Very, very exciting stuff. I was saying, like, I don't know which weapon I'm going to focus on. Because, like, when I first played Monster Hunter World, I ended up going for the Greatsword most of the time. And that was great. Because, like, getting those big hits and timing them, it's very punishing.
Yeah.
But when you, like, land that triple combo, it's like, yes.
It's like when I do the clutch claw over and over again, and I might die. But if it works, it's always
if it lands,
great.
that's you're winning, right? It's like it's great. Yeah. So I'm probably gonna go with Greatsword again, honestly.
Greatsword is good. There's a funny like comedy video that someone did on like describing like the weapons in like a really comedic way, and then the description of Greatsword is like I spend 90% of the time trying to hit the monster just so I can eventually land my really powerful attack. But it was just so true. Like I need to link you that video afterwards because there's so many funny comments to that one.
Love it. Yeah. Awesome. What's next?
If I jump back into that, and that's not a guarantee because there's so much coming out in September that I'm not sure. Like Monster Hunter is like the game that's on the cusp for me.
You can play it for a week though.
But if I do jump in, it's going to be all hammer all the time. I just love using that hammer.
The dental plan. The dental plan is so good. I have a loadout called the dental plan, and every time,
really,
it's great. Yeah, I just give fix them teeth.
So good.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Well, there's so many good options in Monster Hunter for weapons.
Yeah.
Well, that's the
and then
beauty
when
of
you
Monster
think
Hunter.
you found your spot, you go and try something else just to try it, and then you're like, oh, this is
yeah.
Like you
that's
can fight the same fight with 3 different weapons, and it feels like almost a completely different game.
Exactly. I mean, what I used to do in like previous Monster Hunter games, where I would just like I typically fixate on like a weapon for quite a while to get to the campaign, and then you get to like a slow period, and you're like, you know what, I feel like trying something different, and it just does feel like a new game again, and you're like, oh, let's go again.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah.